Chrissy with you. Welcome to the Be Monthly show. This is our 59th show, and we've been doing these shows for the last 59 months, and we are here to premiere the October 2023 issue. I'm really excited about this magazine, and I'm really excited to premiere this. Well, look at this. I love this cover, and the feature story is amazing about this, and it's really not about what happened in the movie, it's how the book came about. It's how the movie...
all the behind the scenes.
Yes.
How they got the information to get the movie.
Debbie Neese.
All the little people in Bartlesville that you're never going to hear about when the movie comes out. And
Yeah. Debbie Neese wrote this feature story, and she did an amazing job. And the author, David Grann, called Debbie in 2015, way before the book was out and way before the movie obviously was coming out, October 20th, and just said, hey, I'm doing a book. I'm doing some research on this book. Can you help me? Can you give me some pictures, leave me the information? He came to Bartlesville.
And any of you that know Debbie Neese, does she have some pictures? Yes, she does. And she knows all the things.
I think she sent us 400 and some pictures on this story right here. But this is her. This is the one who made it all. This is Molly. And in the movie...
And that's Molly. We can show that too.
Yeah, we'll show that painting that John Lindblom did for us. But when I saw this picture, you know, this is a hard cover. This was a hard cover to design because, you know, I wanted to keep everything historic the way it was, but also I wanted to bring a little bit of fire to it. And I mean, we colored her. Me and Matt just spent a lot of hours trying to figure out how to do this cover. And when I saw the background here, when I picked this background out, I said, that's it. Because that is basically what happened over there with this movie. And the movie premieres October 20th. We've already got our tickets. We're ready to go. It's going to be 3.5 hours long, but I can't wait. I'm going to have to take a nap before I do go. Little snack. But I want to show you the opening shot of this sucker. It is so good. Look at that right there. These are the moms and sisters of Molly. And this is an amazing story. You guys are going to love the way we put this thing together and the history that goes back to just getting the book written and getting the movie done. I think we're going to have probably 3 to 4 Oscars come out of this movie. I think it's going to win Best Movie. I think it's going to have Best Director. Martin Scorsese, is that how you say it?
No.
Pretty close.
Scorsese.
Scorsese, thank you, Dave, thank you. And then Leonardo, DiCaprio, and then probably, I think she's going to win, what is her name? Josh, do you know her name real quick? Josh is looking it up for me, I forgot her name, but she's also a Native American. And if she wins Best Actress, she'll be the first Native American woman to win Best Actress.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. It would be great. So, you know, the movie was done about a year and a half, 2 years ago over at Pawhuska. It was all the hoopla here in Bartlesville, and we are excited. And I think, you know, this movie is going to help. Who was telling us? Someone told us after a movie's done in a city or a town or that area,
it brings people in, about 50,000.
50,000 people will come in.
Lily Gladstone.
Lily Gladstone.
Yes.
Mark my word, guys, I think she's going to win Best Actress. So it brings about 40 to 50,000 people into the area where that movie was done. And I think this movie, it's already, the pre-sales have already outdid what they were expecting. And so I think opening night...
Seeing all the trailers for it now running all the time, and so it's hyping up.
Josh, are you going? Yeah, Josh is going.
We're all going to go.
Yeah, we're all going to go. So anyway, go get your magazine, read that feature story. We've got a few things that we want to talk about this month in the magazine, and that was one of them I want to talk about. You just passed. Go ahead and talk about that.
So there's a great story. BSO, Bartlesville Symphony Orchestra, actually honored Miss Betty Williams, the one and only. But
the one and only.
She also just had her 90th birthday, which is pretty amazing.
So we missed it, and I'm sorry, Betty. I know you watched the show.
Cal Thieves and Outlaws, we had already committed to our table where we
Yes.
have 8 guests relying on us. But we were there in spirit. I mean, she's
Incredible.
the queen,
She is the
basically.
queen.
And
She is
that's
the
all
queen.
we've got to say. So that's a great article about her. You'll want to read that and honor her.
Yes.
Keith wrote a very good article talking about
Yes.
Be the Light mission.
Be the Light.
So anybody that has a question about what we're doing beginning in November, what if you've heard about the mission and the homeless situation and you're wondering, there's been a lot of talk. We were finally approved by the city
Council.
2 nights ago, I
Yep.
believe. And so
We're raring to go. I've been teasing that I was going to write this story in the last 4 or 5 months in my upfronts. But I finally sat down and really wrote this story, and it's really, really good about, just how this all happened, how Be the Light mission even came about. Because, 4 years ago we weren't a nonprofit. We were just Be Monthly magazine, but we started helping out the homeless, and we started feeding them for agape and doing some other things. And we didn't know at the time when we had that first shelter open that was the start of Be the Light mission. And it's amazing how it's all transformed to this humongous 58,000 square foot building that we were blessed with by Ascension St. John Hospital. And we're going to change some people's lives. We're going to change generations, actually. And
then we're going to get it set up so long after we're gone,
Yes.
that building is going to have a good program in
Yep.
place to where Bartlesville will continue to help people in that.
Because we need it, Bartlesville. I mean, I don't know if you guys have blinders on when you drive through town, but the homeless has exploded over the last 5 years in Bartlesville. They never used to be on the east side of town. You hardly ever saw someone homeless on the east side of town. They're everywhere. And so we as a community, because this isn't a Keith and Christie problem, Keith and Christie just want to help. It's a community problem, and we got to get everybody in the community. We need you guys to go out there and volunteer. And really, what we do and what we talk about in this is that we need 400 individuals in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, which has a population of 37,640 last time I checked, to give $20 a month to Be the Light mission. 400 people. That's not a lot of people. That's less than 2% of our population. And because we can't do it, because there ain't nobody making a salary over there, I can guarantee you that. We stuck more money in this place than you can ever imagine, our own personal money. And but that's okay. But we need you, the community, to come with us, grab our hand, and let's go help these people, get them off the street, give them a purpose, give them a life, so that they can be productive citizens for this community. So there you go. All right, we've got, might as well tell you who's on the show today, because it ain't Keith and Christie. We have Mr. Dane Warner right here. He's got a great movie coming out on October 14th. You guys have to get your tickets.
He'll tell us more.
Oh yeah, it's incredible what he's done. He's been doing a lot of audio video stuff here for a lot of years, over 30 years. But this movie is a movie about a coach over in Nowata, and you guys are going to love the story. Then also we have Mr. Andrew Olson with PDG Graphics, who is talking about, I know I had it right there.
Going the wrong way.
I am going the wrong way. There it is. The big solar eclipse happening on the same day, October 14th. So we've got a big eclipse happening. You can get the glasses over there. Go to their website. We're going to talk to him about that. And that's going to be an exciting interview right there. We've known Andrew for a lot of years. And actually a little bit of information. When we first joined Be Monthly magazine in 2017, they used to do all of our graphics. PDG did, in our covers.
That's how we met him.
That's how we met him.
We've known him a long time.
Yeah, we've known him for a long time.
Yeah, good guy.
We stripped it all away from him, and now I do the covers. And so, I love it. So, okay.
He's probably so thankful.
Yeah, he's so thankful. Oh, I want to talk about this, and then we'll go we'll have Dane on first.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Hastings, you guys know Jay Hastings. If you don't, he's a police officer here. He's a captain, one of our captains here in the police force. Great guy. Every month he writes my Let Freedom Ring. This month it's about Mount Rushmore. But I had him write the good word for this issue. You guys are going to love this story. I actually cried when I read it. It's just really good, very heartfelt, and you're going to love what he wrote. And thank you, Jay, for doing that, because he doesn't like to talk about some of that personal stuff. Oh, real quick, and then we'll get on to the show. Walla Rock, boom. Cow Thieves and Outlaws just happened, but they have a big art show. Are you kidding me? October 14th. Everything is October 14th. There you go.
We have filled your day and beyond. So rest up for the 14th. Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
good
watch
idea,
the
Josh.
eclipse at Walla Rock.
Okay, go get your glasses from Andrew. Go to Walla Rock to the art show.
Watch the eclipse.
Watch the eclipse. Come back to the show at 6 o'clock at the center.
What a good day.
What
That
a
is a
great
fun day, because you got to be out there at 10:30 for
Yes.
the art show to say what time we start. Anyway, you guys cannot seriously just overlook the amazing art that we have right here.
I'm gonna have Josh throw up some of these paintings. Just not
The artists
these.
are incredible.
Oh my gosh!
And they're right here in your backyard. Please take the time to go out there.
And you can buy them. I
Yeah.
mean, these things are going to be worth a ton of money. I mean, some of these are really expensive now, but they're going to be worth a ton of money later on down the road. And this goes through December 31st. So it starts October 14th, goes through December 31st. We're going to be working with Kevin out there next year, the whole year, because they are coming up on their 100th anniversary at Walla Rock. So it is crazy. Okay, enough about all that. So get your magazine, guys, because we will start putting them out yesterday, and I already know 4 places that are completely out already. So they will be out by the 10th of this month. So please go get your magazines. Okay, our first guest is Mr. Dane Warner. He is with Warner Audio and Video, and he is putting on this movie about a no-water coach back in the late 60s. You guys are going to love this interview, so let's get Dane on here. Okay, guys, we are back, and we got Mr. Dane Warner with us today. Hello, Dane. Shake my hand, please.
How you doing?
How are you, friend?
How are you?
Wonderful.
Introduce that lovely lady beside you.
This is my wife, Irena.
Well, we are so glad you guys are here today. We got a lot of stuff going on with Dane. A couple of things. Dane told me about this book a couple years ago, actually, in the gym, that you were writing this book. And Dane's been a huge help with us with the mission too, helping us over there with the mission, and so
And our parties.
and our party, our bmonthly party.
Yes.
And so I am so happy we became friends with Dane over the last 3 or 4 years. And so we've got a story in the magazine this month about the coach from Nowata.
Yes, sir.
And let me just show it because it's a double spread layout right here. And what a great picture. You guys just got married, what, about 2 months ago?
Congratulations.
In May.
In May. And congratulations on that. We're excited. Okay, so it's called Full Court Press, Keith. And we're going to be showing it over there October 14th at 6 p.m. at the Bartlesville Community Center. We'll have Josh put all that information down below. And also we're going to show you guys a few clips of the movie as we're talking. Okay, Dane, tell us about the movie and how it all came about.
Okay. Well, it's about 4 years ago. I was actually in my hometown, Nowata.
Mm-hmm.
I was just driving around town. I was kind of
Iron Man.
Yes, yes. Wait.
Iron Man.
There you go. I just started writing a few notes down. Some stories I've heard over the years, and just kind of thinking about doing something about the history of my hometown.
Uh-huh.
And I'd always heard a little bit about a story back in the early 70s, and but like most people, I didn't know what little I heard really wasn't true. But I got to researching the story about Ken Zacher, a basketball coach over there. And
Now, where was he? Did you graduate Nowata?
I graduated in 81.
In 81, so he was in the early 70s.
He came in 68.
68, okay.
And he did great things for our basketball program, but also, like with a lot of coaches back then, he was working with the race relations and desegregation that was happening.
Yep.
And so he, just like a lot of coaches, he did a lot of great works in there. We did have an incident in 72 where the team elected a black captain. Mm-hmm. We had a white queen. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't think that would have been a real big deal, but they...
Happens every day?
There we go. But things, a few things around town started stirring up, and next thing you know, it turned into a lot bigger issue than what it should have ever turned into. But the town itself, you know, that's something that I've stressed all along. As I started putting this story together, there were a lot of things that were told wrong through the years, and we've been able to get to the root and mend a lot of hearts and minds already over things that, once again, was just told wrong. And there's so many good people that was involved with that whole incident, and they did what they could. But anyway, so the film is about, part of the film is about that. But what little people knew, that our coach suffered from mental illness his whole life. He kept it under wraps. He secretly, some therapy he was going through. Even today, it's a little tough topic, but back then you didn't talk about it if you had issues. He ended up going up to Leavenworth, Kansas, and doing great things for their basketball program, but his mental illness kept spiraling out of control, and things got tough in his home life, and he ended up committing suicide at age 36.
Wow.
A lot of the coaches from back then, and players, they're on the documentary. They'll actually be here on the 14th. A lot of them haven't seen each other in 40 or 50 years.
Wow.
It's going to be a powerful night. But they've shared a lot of things on things that they knew. They saw some signs, and they just didn't do anything about it. And of course, now they wish they had have. But probably the most powerful part of this is his family, his sister, his wife at the time, his daughter, never ever told anything that was going on in the household. They didn't want to tarnish his reputation as a coach. He was so loved by his players, and they just didn't want that side of it getting out. But after all these years, and it's been hard for them to do this, they have decided that they can help other people if they tell that side of the story and say, you know, you got to have strength. You've got to get help. You know, he needed help, but so did they. You know, and so it was a long journey with some of the family members. I got their blessings from day one to do the film, because I didn't want to do that without talking to them first. But a lot of them didn't want to just talk, but they've all opened up. It's very
healing for them.
Very rewarding, and for them to finally get stuff out that they had that they've never talked about. When I first started interviewing them, the wife and the daughter, that they lived together in Virginia, they would be on the same phone extensions in the house, and they would start saying something, and the daughter would say something, and the mom would say, Kendra, I never knew that happened to you. And then the mom would say something, and Kendra would say, Mom, I never knew that happened to you. And it made me realize they've never talked. They've buried this, and it has caused them to suffer. We've the daughter has been married for, I think, 34 years, and her husband never even knew her dad was a basketball coach.
Wow.
All he knew was he committed suicide when she was a senior, and they said, that's all you're going to know about my dad.
Where was the coach born at? Where was he from originally?
Out west Oklahoma, Hopeton, Alva, close to Alva, and that's where he grew up.
And so he coached no water from 68 to
73.
He was basically ran out of town, in a sense.
Yeah. They had
the big powerful no water.
Big powerful. The things happened. It was pretty dramatic when things started going down. And again, this is not a black mark on anybody. There were certain decisions that were made. They had their reasons. He was very defiant of authority and administration, so you know, you rubbed your boss the wrong way. So this isn't putting blame on any one side or the other, but he did the dramatic night when they, after homecoming, came and went without any incident.
And they stood together.
Yeah, that's what caused the big split. Was the coach stood on his principles. He was asked to have his black captain step down and appoint a white captain, especially to take care of homecoming. And he refused it. That's what caused things to start elevating. But after homecoming came and went, you know, and I've got so many of the original players. I interviewed every single person that was in the homecoming court that described that night of saying, we were told to watch the crowd because there was assassination rumors going around. You know, they were saying, we were wondering, are we going to be shot? He said, you watch for guns. You watch. That's what these kids were dealing with at homecoming. But it went down with no problem. It was a beautiful ceremony. But after the fact, there were some people said, we this coach has got to go. So go ahead.
Now, did he win? Did he win games?
Oh, he was very successful. He took our teams to the state tournaments. You know, they hadn't been in for a long, long time. No, fantastic coach. Ted Owens, which was the head coach of University of Kansas for 19 years. He's on our film. He got to know Ken through some basketball camps. He ended up hiring Ken 6 years in a row to help him run his basketball camps at KU. He describes Ken as one of the most brilliant high school basketball coaches he's ever seen.
Wow.
Fantastic coach. After he left Knollwater, we see we kind of ran out. There was a special school board meeting that was held. Normally it was held in our speech room, which 10, 15 people show up to it. Over 700 people showed up that night. It was held in the gymnasium, and it went till 2 o'clock in the morning with the majority of everyone there in favor of the coach, but they let him go anyway. But they had some reasons. He went to Leavenworth, Kansas. Leavenworth, 5A school, terrible basketball program. They hadn't had a winning season in 16 years. They had a terrible reputation. When they would go out of town, they had to pull their buses right up next to the gym so they could jump out and go into the door because they'd get bricks thrown at them. Everyone hated Leavenworth. There were some games they didn't even let spectators in the stands because of the riots that would break out. This is how much Leavenworth was hated.
Gosh.
They played the empty stands. The coach got called with Ted Owens' recommendation from the University of Kansas. Said, I've got a coach for you. Leavenworth gets a hold of the coach and said, here's what we got.
It's not much.
We're terrible. You know, we're a terrible basketball program. Our race relations are out of control. Everyone hates us. You want this job? He said, yep, I'll be right there. Very first year, he goes 22-2, takes him to the state tournament. He doesn't quite win the state, but he's runner-up. But one of the biggest things he's proud of is they won the state sportsmanship award that year.
Oh my goodness.
He's that kind of coach.
Wow.
Fantastic coach.
Wow. I can't wait. We're going to it.
Yes.
And now I want to tell people, and if you guys don't know, I mean, Dane's been
It's not like he's just a guy that just did
Yeah.
like you've done some things. You've done some
Dane
great-
Warner, if you don't know Dane Warner by now, if you've lived in Bartlesville for more than 10 years, he's been in the audio video business for longer than, I don't
Name
know,
some people that you've worked with.
32 years.
32
Name
years.
a few people.
Well, I started off doing live production, and so yes, I ran some live production for Glenn Campbell, Ronnie Millsap.
You know, he's about to do his last show.
Yep.
Ronnie is.
Yep. And a few
Reba.
of them.
Did you go help
not
set
Reba.
up? Did you help
Well,
set up her?
Well, you were talking about Reba. She put her new facility in.
Their new
down south.
restaurant, yeah.
And we did all our audio video for that.
Yeah.
And, so back in the days, yes, we started off with live production, and then
And you used to be at the mall. You used to have a store at the
used
mall.
to have a music store, and that's how
Yes.
we got into it. 'Cause we
Yes.
sold our guitars and things, but we also sold little small sound systems,
Yep.
and that's how we got into
I love it.
production.
Well, in your ad, we talk about the half page of the movie, and then of course your audio video business, Warner Audio Video.
Right.
And I tell you, churches, schools, corporate, anything you guys can think about for audio video, this is your guy. I mean,
Homeless shelters. He did that.
yeah,
Oh, what's up?
He did that too.
shelters.
That's
So
nice of you.
Oh, I think I found another projector for you.
Oh, good.
nice, thank you, Dane. We need one bad. Well, I tell you, I cannot. Well, now let's real quick. How do people get tickets?
Okay. So Bartlesville Community Center, which is the center now.
Yes.
But you can go to their box office, online or go in person, and that's how you get tickets to it.
Okay.
We wish we could give all the tickets away.
Sure.
But this is a heartfelt project. This is how we raise funds to try to promote. You know, we have a message of love, compassion, forgiveness.
Yep.
You know, Ephesians 4:32 has been our mission statement.
Yep.
Whether it's things that divide us, such as race relations, whether you're struggling with mental illness, we feel like that Christ is the answer,
Amen.
and we want to take the message to as many communities as we can.
Yep.
We've been credited with saving one life so far, but we know we've touched dozens and dozens of families already. I've got to give a big kudos to Irena. She our story is pretty unique too, but we'll get into that another time. But I don't know if she knew what she was getting into, but
She didn't know either.
Yeah, sounds familiar. But she jumped in and it's tremendous help. And this, of course, our business, like I said, we do audio video
Yep.
installation, churches and schools. But this premiere has been a big work, and without Irena, I mean, I would be buried. So
Nice. Well, that.
I'm glad you realized that.
and you know that feeling?
We can relate.
We can
Yes.
relate. Well, I want to say this real quick before we end this interview is that, okay, for you guys out there watching, if you can tell me what year the coach started coaching Nowata high school basketball, you get 2 free tickets.
There you go.
So, comment back and tell me what year the coach started in Nowata and you got 2 free tickets to the show. So, we'll be there and I cannot wait. And it's just, we need more of this. You know what I'm saying? We need more of this. And it's just like, you know, the big movie coming out, you know, the Osage murders coming out here. That's just devastation and greed and all that stuff. This is uplifting and
But you're still telling a hard message, both
Yes.
of them, I think, but they need to be told.
Yes.
Because like you said, you're helping people,
Right.
getting
you
the
know.
subject out there.
It's a lot of people to talk about things just need to stay quiet in the
No.
past, but it doesn't work that way. You know?
No.
You gotta bring it to the light.
I always tell people this, always tell your story because you're going to change someone's life. I can guarantee you that. And well, we love you guys. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of what you're doing with this. And I think this is going to change not just Bartlesville, but a lot of cities. And we appreciate you so much.
We got to say how much we thank you guys for all you do. It's not this magazine. We all know what you do in the community, and
Well,
we're all in it together. But
we are.
We are.
we thank you all.
Well, thank you thank you so much for being
Yes,
on the
thanks
show.
for being a good partner.
Well, okay, you guys, right here, October 14th, 6 o'clock at the center, Bartlesville Community Center. Go online, get your tickets, go by the center and get your tickets. It's going to be a great show. We'll be there. Hope to see you guys there. Okay, next we got Mr. Andrew from PDG, who's going to be on the show talking about the eclipse coming up. And I can't wait to get these glasses on and show you this. So.
Eclipse.
We bought ours already.
You did?
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
I can't wait. This is going to be so exciting. So let's get Andrew on the show. Okay guys, we are back and look who we got over here. Mr. Andrew Olson. Hello sir. How are you
Good to see you.
doing? Andrew with PDG
Yes.
and Barry Barnhart. How are you doing
Correct.
sir?
Yes.
Okay, Icarius.
Icarus.
Okay guys, if you got the magazine yet, this is what it looks like. We'll have Josh put this on the screen. But we have got some big things going on October 14th. An eclipse, not a full eclipse, it's like 95%.
Explain yourself.
So it's
Yes.
an annular eclipse, which means it's a partial eclipse, and it's one of 2 that's coming over the United States for the next 44 years, or for the next 20 years.
Nice.
So the next one will be here in 2044.
Will we be alive in 2020?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
we'll be here.
What did you bring?
I didn't bring a pair. They're
Do we
No,
not
it's
have-
okay. No, we could, Josh, we're gonna show a pair, okay? Like.
Well, they're like this right here. We'll
Yeah.
put them up on the screen.
They are, so you brought some the other night.
right.
In the dark, that was late. It was,
Andrew came out when we were feeding out here at Johnstone Park.
Yeah,
Thank you,
we were.
Andrew, for coming out and sharing.
and I went up to Keith's headlight, like I was this far away. I couldn't see anything.
It's crazy. They're rated like a number 12, like a level 12 welding helmet for arc welding. So they're literally rated to look at the sun, which is a exploding ball of fire in the
Yes.
sky. You know what I mean?
Which is almost like you
Right.
can't, because you're like, I'm not supposed to, but then you
Right.
can with these. And
Yeah,
did you make them?
No, I did not.
Okay, who?
How did you get involved,
Yeah,
Barry?
yeah.
How did this-
I happened to coordinate some of the institutional sales to some of the educational
Yes.
programs, schools, and,
Yes.
church groups and youth groups and Boy Scouts, things like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're just explaining to, because it has all the pictures of like, and I don't really know what that means.
Of
The
pictures
sizes, like big moon, like the stages,
Okay.
I guess.
So what happens is as the moon passes over the sun, it'll slowly start to cover it up, and this allows you to watch it. I think in Bartlesville specifically, and in this area, it starts at about 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
It'll go to 1:30. It peaks at 11:50.
Okay.
So at 11:50, Bartlesville I think is at 84%, and you'll be able to see it fully, like you'll see just a sliver of the sun. And what's really crazy about that is everything that takes on a shadow from the sun actually reflects that same shadow, but in its shape. So if it's a leaf, it'll be the shape of a leaf in the shape of an eclipse. And
Wow.
everything looks broken. Everything looks broken.
That is, okay, wait.
I can't wait.
I'm excited to see that. So is there anywhere's fine? Like you're not gonna say like, go to this spot.
Anywhere is fine,
Okay.
as long as you can look up. There are a couple
Yeah.
of groups around town doing viewings and things like that, but I have no idea. They keep changing locations.
Where are you gonna be?
So I'll be in San Antonio, where it'll be about 90%.
Oh, wow, okay.
So
Can you?
We're going on top of the price tag.
So there's no way, or on top of our building, I guess, and there's no way you can like Facebook Live it, I mean, anyway, that's.
if there was,
but
I wish there was a way I could point my camera at the sun and do it. There just isn't.
You can't put your
You,
glasses
you can
on
get
the
special
camera.
filters for cameras and things, but they cost quite a bit of money.
Josh might know a way.
So,
Okay,
Josh
we're gonna
knows.
watch Josh, because he'll do a video, and it will be great too. So
Now,
we'll
wasn't
also
there
do that.
one like, I remember this when I was in grade school.
No, but there was one like 4 years,
2017.
Yeah.
2017.
yes.
That's actually the genesis of this whole story. 2017, I went from Bartlesville to Kansas City to watch it. And got there, and of course, wasn't planning ahead, like probably 90% of the people there. And all of these eclipse shades everywhere were sold out. So here I am trying to chase the eclipse while there's storms and things going on, and trying to find glasses. I ended up not finding them, and kind of post the eclipse, I was thinking to myself, well, it's really stupid
Right.
that nobody had these things. Come to find out, the manufacturing of them is pretty complicated.
Oh.
Because it's not just about having, the cardboard is the cheap part. Anybody, you know, it's stamped cardboard that can print, it's printed on with our brand and everything. But the film itself is made by a company who specializes, this film gets ISO tested, that's an international certification organization, and it's their specific test it has to go through for direct viewing of sunlight. And to get all of that stuff made, glasses tested, manufactured, put together, shipped, everything, it takes quite a long time. And so kind of figuring out how to do all of that stuff, I kind of saw an opportunity here to help other people see what I missed.
Yes.
And one of my favorite things to do is when I'm talking to little kids, I'll say things like, you know, how big do you think the sun is when you look at it from Earth? Is it the size of a beach ball or a tennis ball or whatever? And it's always, you know, big, beach ball, whatever. And when you put these glasses on and look at it, it's about the size of a tennis ball.
Wow. So crazy.
Well-
Yeah, and I mean, and you gotta get the lens right, because if not, everybody's frying their eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Frying your eyes.
So
They
you
sent
gotta-
us a bunch of the rejects, and it's just things like the film delaminates or what have you. I had a YouTuber actually make, he put on a pair and then went and did arc welding with it. That's what he does. He does like handyman stuff, and he did arc welding. You should look it up. It's Handsome or Handy on TikTok or Facebook. I think
So he
YouTube
doesn't
as
wear
well.
that big old mask.
He kind of does both. He has his mask on, he shows you what it looks like, then he puts the glasses on and shows you what it looks like, and he's like, yep, these have
That's
the
so
same
crazy.
same level of protection. Obviously, he recommends against it because the sparks are
Sparks,
flying in your
yeah.
face, but
Yeah,
Well, and also too, we help these guys get with the Bartlesville Public Schools too. So all the schools will have these
if there's
classes.
anybody,
Right.
who else are we missing? Who else needs to get some?
WCS, thanks to you guys, WCS, Charlie and Julie Daniels helped a lot with that too.
Yes.
Um,
We saw Charlie at
What
the
about
Did you
Dewey?
really?
What about
airplane
Dewey?
thing.
I haven't got a hold of anybody at Dewey. I don't know
Okay.
really who to talk to, but there's still time.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So
Oh
you still
yeah.
have some available?
Oh yeah.
Okay, they can contact
They're
you.
getting light,
Okay.
so it'd be quick.
Okay.
Okay, go to the website. Go ahead and tell them the website.
It's IcarusShades.com, so it's
Josh will put it up
ICARUSSHADES.com.
there.
Josh
for
will
you
put
too.
that on there.
So-
And also, guys, we
QR
got the little QR code there when you get the magazines.
Josh, you can grab that.
I
too,
love
right?
this thing. Well, Andrew's involved with so much stuff in Bartlesville. Every time I go to an event, hey, there's Andrew. I mean, every time I go to an event,
We
there's
thought
Andrew.
you had been here a long time.
You've only been here, what, 5 years?
I've been here since college, 2005, but
Yeah.
do the first 5 years of college really count?
No.
As being a citizen?
It doesn't.
Like, I knew where
It
Walmart
should,
was. Yeah.
But no.
I knew where
Yeah, you're
Walmart
only
was.
going to Walmart.
You knew
That was about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Taco Bell and Walmart.
Exactly, yeah. Bumming rides.
Yes, yes. You guys have to read this story. It's good. Maria Gus wrote this story, and she's so
She did a
good.
phenomenal job.
She did.
Yeah.
She's so good, and we're so glad that she's on our team. And you guys go by. You can even go by Andrew's office over there.
Yeah, call me, come by the office,
Because you got a
319.
sign out.
Yeah, we've got a little sign out on the sidewalk. It's at 319 South Dewey.
Yeah.
I'd really recommend not waiting until the last day. We'll
Nope.
be there. We will be there, but don't wait until the last day because last year we had a line around the block like twice. So
Wow.
Okay.
Guys, go get your glasses on 10/14. Start time
starts at about 10:30, I think, 10:30 in the morning.
10:30. We're gonna start looking at the sun. Okay? Because
That's gonna be so funny. Like in your neighborhood, everybody's gonna be outside like zombies.
everybody downtown's gonna be like
Yeah.
this.
When I went in Kansas, we were all lined up along the highway everywhere. There's people everywhere. And this farmer in this farmer put the straw sticking out of his mouth and walking up. He's like, "What are y'all doing?" And we're all telling him about the eclipse. And so right there, he cut his fence apart and let people come into his field. And then he was up there standing there.
Oh my goodness.
It was crazy. Just like gas stations were flooded and everything.
I love
That's
that. This is an exciting thing. And then you're gonna do this again
April 8th.
April 8th.
Yep. And April 8th will be a total eclipse.
Nice.
Those are super rare.
Can I just say, April 8th happens to be my birthday.
Does it really?
And it's also his mom's birthday.
Perfect.
I knew it wasn't a coincidence.
No.
I knew it wasn't a coincidence.
Okay, guys, get a hold of Andrew, go on the website, we'll have all that information down below. Get your shades, be cool like us, because we're going to be out there watching this thing, and we cannot wait. Hey guys, thanks so much for being on the
Yeah.
show.
Thanks for having
We
us.
love you
Of
guys,
course.
appreciate
Yep.
you.
Thank
all the
you.
things you're
Thank
doing.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, guys, hey, we're going to go ahead and end the show while we're right here. So, look, magazines are out right now. Go get your copies. Obviously, this thing's going to go like crazy with the movie coming out, so they're already gone. We just put them out yesterday, and they're already starting to be gone off the rack. So, go get your copy. Go get your glasses. Go see the movie on October. This all happens on the 14th of October.
It's a busy day.
Eclipse, the movie, and so, look, thank you so much for joining us. We love doing this show. This is our 59th show, and we just love it. God bless you guys, and we'll see you down the road.